It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, back at you with Check This Out, the show we take a look at whatever they want to take a look at, and we have ourselves a good time. Today, everybody, we have ourselves an unusual sort of deck request. We're taking a look at a Valyantz deck, which is pendulums that change positions, combined with Mekk-Knights, with the one dude who moves positions. We got ourselves a very interesting combination of different archetypes that you wouldn't think have any synergy, but on occasion they do. And that's what we're going to be showing off today. I'm not going to sugarcoat it too much, folks. This is a bit of a convoluted one. This is going to be a very interesting episode, because we've got many different hands we can do, very many combos we can do. And we're going to be trying to show off as much as we can on the good old Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh! Tonight on EDO Pro. So we're going to go just put our best foot forward and show off this deck as best we can and see what comes of it. So, real quick, as we always do, we're going to do the list of the cards we're using and then try out them duels live for y'all's enjoyment. So, for our main deck today, we have 2 copies of the Mekk-Knight Purple Nightfall, 1 copy of Mekk-Knight Indigo Eclipse, 1 copy of Valyant Dominator Duke, 2 copies of Hojo the Valiant Warrior, 1 Mekk-Knight Red Moon for flavor, 1 copy of Storm Shooter for extra flavor, 3 copies of Nazuki the Valiant Ninja, 2 copies of Valiant Mad Marquis, 1 Kaiden Kendo Spirit, 2 Mekk-Knight Blue Skies, 2 copies of our Voltage Viscount, 3 copies of Scion the Valiant Archer, 2 copies of Valiant Buster Baron, 3 copies of Shinomon the Valiant Priestess, 3 copies of Valiant Wars, the place that it all began, 2 copies of Valiant Waking Soul Activator, 1 Senate Switch, so much flavor, so many different things, 2 each of the field spells, Valiant World, the red one, and the blue one. We have 2 copies of World Legacy's Whisper, and 2 copies World Legacy Secret, to give our Mekk-Knight boys some staying power. As for the extra deck, we have 1 Masquerade, a Barricade Board Blocker, 2 copies of Beyond the Pendulum, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Mekk-Knight Morning Star, 1 copy of My Nightmare Unicorn. We have Appaloosa the Bruiser, Access Code Talker the Walker, Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax the Big Boy, 1 copy of Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, 1 copy of Valiant Genesis Grand Dookie Boy, 1 copy of our Valiant United, and 2 of the new Valiant of the Wireframe Abyss, Orcust number 12. So, for the side deck, you know, we can throw in a few more Mekk-Knights if you feel like you're not getting enough Mekk-Knight action. Things like Purple Nightfall just to turbo out Eclipse even more often, although I'm just fine with Blue Sky here, searching them. But if you feel like you want more Purple Nightfall, go right ahead. Things like Yellow Star, more Blue Sky, whatever you want. There's also things like Curtain Raiser, much like the Valyantz can summon itself in Pendulum Zone. If you need more materials, we have a lot of our monsters that can just summon themselves in the Pendulum Zones already. But this is a nice additional thing if you feel like you need it. There's also another Baron if you want to just be able to move your monsters a bit more, especially the Priestess, for lots of more combos. I was also considering Mekk-Knight Spectrum Supreme, but I really can't make it as consistent as I would like in this deck unless I like really double down on the Mekk-Knight thing. And, well, let's just say that didn't work out too well in testing, but it's a potential thing. You just need to have more Mekk-Knights going. There's also another Waking Soul activation if you feel like you need more monsters in your Pendulum Zones. World Legacy's Memory does let you summon out a Mekk-Knight if you decide to go more towards Mekk-Knights with this deck. But you can't summon anything except Mekk-Knights to turn this is played, so it completely clashes with Valyantz, which is why we're not running it. And lastly, World Legacy's Key is exclusively in here. If you run into a trap-focused deck, this will be able to help stop some of your opponent's trap cards, so long as you've got your Eclipse or just any of your boys. So, anyway, that's the deck we'll be going into today on the EDO Pro. Let's go ahead and get started with them live duels, show off what this deck can do, and whole hopes going. We'll have ourselves a good time. Alrighty, our first opponent, another day, another card game, and with this deck, it's very much a deck that can go first or second or even third. It's got many things, so we're going to try a little bit of both and just see where it goes. So this opening hand, it's got stuff. It's got potential. It's got a lot of potential. I've got my field spell, got a lot of Valyantz, and I've got my Spirit Boy. So I've got Pendulum Scale, so that's pretty good. So let's see. Do I have my Mad Marquis? No. I don't have my man Marquis, sadly. He's my searcher boy. But we're going to go ahead and start with our field spell, the red one. I prefer to start with the blue one, but we'll start with the red one. See, the field spells, they're an interesting bunch. They do have effects, but they're mostly here because certain of our Valyants can be summoned from the pendulum zones. If you have the field spells on the board, they activate each other. But the blue one has the more powerful effect. So what we're going to do here is double check our monsters. Let's see. No. Well, I do have the guy that fusion summons. That's an interesting proposition, if ever there was one. So what we're going to go ahead and do, activate Hojo Mojo. We're going to special summon him. And we're just going to go ahead and build up to a big old Linky Stinky. That's the plan anyway. It's going to have monsters with lots of different levels. So we're going to activate our Scion, the Archer. We're going to summon him out. And this is how Valyant start off. You know, you just summon our monsters to these zones. If I had Senate Switch, let me tell you, I'd be going off. I'd be going off there. But for now, let's go ahead and summon Beyond the Pendulum. Just lets me search out any pendulum or scale I want. And in this case, I'm going to get Shinomen, because she's my searcher. She locks you into Valyantz for the turn, but only from the hand in the main deck. She lets you summon whatever you want from the extra deck. That's the nice thing about Valyantz, that they allow you to do that. So let's go ahead and activate our Kaiden Kendo Spirit Boy with all of the zones we need. And we're going to summon extra, read all about it. Summon 4 monsters. 4 of them things? 4 of them things. That's a lot of monsters. So we'll get our Baron. Let's get Hojo Mojo. Let's get our Archer dude, and we'll summon to the sky. And since we pendulum 2 monsters with different levels, I get to pop 2 cards. So let's go ahead and pop my opponent's stuff. I don't know what he's playing, but let's just not trust it. King's Resonance. Stardust? Or is it, what you call it, Red Dragon Archfiend? Or is it both? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Let me think about this here. I've got so many things. See, if I make... yeah, I could do that. I have so many options right now, it's pretty ridiculous. So what we're going to do, we're going to summon our Valyant Fusion. You notice I didn't use a Poly. You don't use Poly to summon this guy. You tribute 2 high-level Valyants to summon this dude. It's pretty nice. And we're going to go ahead and summon out our Masquerena. You know, there's Mekk-Knights in this deck, but you know who else is a Mekk-Knight monster that we all forget? It's advntage, my boy. He's kind of my favorite Link monster, if you didn't know. Big protection boy. Keeps my monsters alive and safe. And we're going to use our Priestess now. We're just going to summon her out here. And I'm going to go ahead and move her over a zone. Which is going to be important. Well, I'm not going to move her over. I'm just going to get a spell. Let's see. Which spell do I want? Let's get the other fusion spell. Or not the fusion spell, the field spell. Let's get that thing. Let's get the other field spell. That way I just have it in case I ever need it. And I could activate it now, but I really don't need to. Let's see. Oh, I could get Senate Switch right now, but I don't have enough stuff. Oh, wait, I could have said Pendulum. I could have said the Pendulum Scale and then blown that up and gotten Senate Switch. I messed that up a little bit. But like I said, this deck, little convoluted. So if you make a mistake every once in a while, it's not the end of the world. Almost ended my turn there. But we'll attack and do some damage. So I should explain what Orcust does. Basically, if you have him and another one of your Valyants, you can switch positions with them. And then you get to pop a card on your opponent's turn. It's, you know, it's something. It just moves your monsters. It'll trigger your effects. It's pretty nice. And so, that ought to be good enough. That ought to be good enough. The only thing I will worry about at the moment is if he actually reads what this card does. Because Conic Wizen, the blue one as I call it, is the stronger of the field spells. He didn't even bother reading it. Yeah, basically what this does is, if there's 2 field spells on the zone, then if you have a monster in the same column as one of your opponent's monsters, like if you put this where Avermax is, Yeah, you can place it into the spell trap zone as a spell trap. Basically, it just gets around things, problematic cards. And that's the opposite of what red one does. This one takes the monsters in the spell trap zone, put them into the monster zone. So you got a duality there. So what does Starlight Junction do again? I don't remember. Tribute to Tuner, summon a Synchron, different level, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so we're up against Stardust. Okay, I'm trying to remember exactly how they play. Arrival on the Light. I see. Let me double check, my boy. He doesn't destroy stuff, does he? He does destroy stuff. This card's activated. Place a dude on top of the deck. You play can summon Stardust or Synchro. He's already normal summoned, right? Okay, let's attempt to interrupt this. So we're going to switch our two monsters, yeah? A bunch humba. Do the sideways shuffle. Waka waka. Sideways shuffle. That's not the shuffle. Do the shuffle. Do the shuffle. There you go. And now we're going to activate our monster's effect. So we're going to pop a card, and we're going to search a monster. So let's go ahead. Who do we want right now? I realize I made another little goof. I put these in the wrong zones themselves. Because now I can't summon from a pendulum scales. But you know what? It's fine. Let's get... I can still pendulum summon. Oh, my opponent surrenders in the middle of me reading. Rude. Rude indeed. Alright, well, I guess that kind of counts as one. You get an idea what we're trying to do, though. You do get an idea. We're just trying to summon our Valyants, do the little sideways shuffle, and we got the Mekk-Knights. You know, Avermax, he's the guy we go into more often, but the other Mekk-Knights, they are still in the deck, and we are going to be summoning them out. And so let's go ahead for duel number 2. Try to show off some of the other things we can do with this deck, not just rely on Avermax as much as it's really one of my going to options. Well, let's go for duel 2, try to go first, and see what comes up. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Do the shuffle. Do the shuffle. Alright, what do we have here? Okay, there's Storm Shooter. Yeah, when I got this request, I was asked, put in Storm Shooter. I had never heard of this card. I'm kind of seeing why, but it's a thing. Let's see here. I can get Senate Switch. I can get Senate Switch. That is a thing I can do. So let's go for Valyant Wars, the beginning of war. Get the blue one. And then, yeah. As much as I like my Archer, I'd like to get the Senate Switch, please. Because that way I can just dick around with things. So, we're going to go ahead and set up our lady. I'll be locked out of my Mekk-Knights, which, prima donnas they are, they're still not showing up. But, you know, it's fine. You know, you set yourself up for many combos, and ultimately I had to par down the Mekk-Knights. Much as I wanted to focus a lot on the Mekk-Knights, the problem with them in Valyantz is Valyantz lock themselves into themselves more often than not. It's a regrettable thing. But every once in a while, you can still get the both of them on the board. Not just Avermax, I should mention. I actually have a replay saved at the end of this if I don't do that, and I can show that off. So let's summon out Nozuki. Nozuki the Tuki. Summon that boy out here. Then that'll just let me get more things. And let me think. You know who I really would like to see right now? Is my Mad Marquis. He's my searcher. Where is my Marquis? You know, I keep seeing, you know, these guys are all named after, like, different nobility and thing, like Marquis and Barons and Dukes and things. I don't know why, though. It's kind of a weird naming convention, but I imagine there's a good reason that they're called this. Imagine it's probably a really cool reason. Something like they're based on, like, chess pieces. I mean, they move around a lot. Maybe they are based on chess pieces. Or maybe they're literally based on the game of Senate. Or whatever this is called. Maybe. Oh yeah, field spell time. Yeah, this is one of the ones that requires a field spell to be on the board. Doesn't matter who has the field spell, you just have to have the field spell. So I'm going to summon the Mad Marquis. He's a dice roller. Got a 4, not bad. Give myself 4 draw. Or not 4 draw, but I get to sit to our top 4 cards. Oh wait, that was a misclick. That was a misclick. No. I wanted the ninja. I did kind of want that ninja. All right. You know what? Yeah. Let's just go nice and easy. We've already seen Avermax. I could make Avermax again, but I really don't want to. Instead, we're just going to end our turn right there. We're going to see what happens. Like I said, we're not just going to focus on Avermax. It's easy for this deck to do with a decent enough opening hand, but sometimes you just got to do different stuff. And that's what we're going to do here. So, what can our opponent do? That's a good question. That really depends on what his deck is. We don't know what his deck is. He didn't interrupt us at all. So I presume he's not... Oh. You can't kill me. I do this. Okay, well, that's really unfortunate after all. Kaijus, I see. Interesting. Gave me Jizukiru. Interesting. What is this? Skybolt Star. What the actual heck is this? Earth monster summon this card. Oh, this is based off that one fusion monster. Interesting. Let's see. I thought this guy, the card in the zone. Let's see. I thought this guy could put himself in the zone. Could have sworn. Let's see. Blah blah blah. No, he's a scale as well, but he can only be put into the zone by like my field spell and things. All right. All right. Well, at least my opponent's playing something interesting. I still don't know what this archetype does. I don't think it's an archetype, really. It's really just a group of cards. So based off that one fusion, this has 0 attack, my friend, but I admire your passion. I admire your passion, my friend. All right, now it is our turn. Let's see here. Scale. And let's see here. I could use my field spell. I could put Valyant Frame into the zone. I probably should have thought of doing that. Thinking. That's a lot of thinking we gotta be doing. Or I could just get my Shinomen and get more fangs. That's also not a bad idea. Okay. I definitely could have put the big scale there, but it's okay. It's all good. So let's go ahead and... Special summon now? Sure. Why not? Let's just special summon as much as we can. So, what can we summon from the... Let's see... I do definitely want my Mad Marquis, because he's big. And everybody from the hand. Alright, so from the extra deck, we'll summon our Mad Marquis. We'll put him here. We'll put this dude here. And we'll put Scion over here. And then I'm going to put the Shooter Boy here. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and use our Koenig. We're going to go ahead and put Tenma here into the Spell Trap Zone. Bait out whatever this does. I don't even know what this does. The target's a warrior. Make this card lose 500, negate, and destroy that card. Okay. Me. That's a once per turn, right? Yeah, that is a once per turn. So, what I can also do is with this Star Shooter, or Storm Shooter, it just bounced the dang thing. Which works just as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring out our Shinomen. And start searching out more monsters. Let's see. Could just get other field spell. Might as well. Might as well just get the other field spell, get it out of the way. Let's see. And I can move a monster over, but I'm out of room at the moment. What is my archer? To target a card in the field, toss a card. I can possibly... Oh no, I can just straight up like annihilate it. That's pretty good. So let's activate our ninja. Let's move over Scion actually. Because this is either going to bounce or blow this up. It's tails, so it gets bounced, even better. Haha. Very good. See, we got so many convoluted effects on these cards, my opponent has no idea how to resist. Well, at least the Mekk-Knight showed up, people. Look, I got 3 of them, see? They wanted to show up. They were really eager. They were so eager to please, but unfortunately, it just did not happen. Yes. Me. And then summoned the stewed yet again. And then... yeah. Let's just switch a couple doohickeys around. That'll activate. I'll get to search. I'll get to blow stuff up. And I don't know if this is... yeah, this is probably not going to be game by any means, but it's going to be a lot of damage. And we'll go ahead and grab Hojo. Hojo, Mojo, Jojo. Who I wish I... well, yeah, if I made one of these here pendulums, let's see. Alright. Let's make Masquerena. Then I'm gonna make Hojo. That way I can just summon out Hojo. There we go. And I could do a fusion summon with him, but that wouldn't really actually do me any good. So I'm just gonna attack. Yeah, Hojo, he's the weird... he's the fusion. When he's moved, he does the fusion summoning. Which is weird because Valyantz don't have an inherent fusion spell. Kind of weird. Oh, that is going to be exact game. Sweet. I wasn't even doing math. Alrighty. So there you go. We were able to out a very interesting deck. I have no idea what he was trying to do other than just beat me with some big warriors. But I applaud. That was actually a cool deck. You know, he actually hit me pretty hard. But let's go ahead now. Duel numero 3. Let's really go in for the Mekk-Knights. Come on. I want to see one of any of the Mekk-Knights. That's all I want to see. Alrighty, our third and final opponent. The fight in third. And we're going to be trying to go second because I just have a good feeling we're going to get a Mekk-Knight right here. Alright, there you go. We got 2 Mekk-Knights. Even better. We don't have the perfect field spell, but we have everything else we want. Alrighty, I will take it. Let's see here. Oh, oh. I mean, this is probably not pure Mekk-Knights by any means. This is probably just Orcust or something. But that's kind of like a mirror match, in a way, in a sense, in a kind of sort of way. Alrighty, so we're up against the Orcust version of Mekk-Knights. We have many Mekk-Knights ourselves, and you put everything in the Pendulum Zone, so that's actually going to be favorable to us. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead until my opponent's done. I have no idea how long their combo is going to take. But we'll be back as soon as they're done with their combo, and we'll see what we're dealing with here. Alrighty, well, it really didn't do all that much, actually. He does have the Orcust Crescent. Oh. Well, that's really, really, really bad. Okay. That is actually the worst possible thing that could have happened. Well, we have no other options. Let's go ahead and summon out Blue Skies Above Us. And should I even activate that effect? I don't think so, because he'll just negate it. So I'm just going to not activate effect. Because if I do, he'll just negate it. I don't want to get negated if I can help it. And I don't have another Mekk-Knight at the moment. Do I have anything I have? Do I have things? Maybe. Set a card, and man, that really hurts. Like, I'm playing a Pendulum deck. For fix's sake, how am I supposed to do things if you're just like anti-spell fragrance? This thing was recently put to like 2 on Master Duel, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's like their newest ban list on there. Can we just ban it in general? Maybe not. I don't know. If I was actually playing Spell Trap removal, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I'm not. So let's just beat up Galatea, I guess. I don't think he can do anything about it, unless this does something. Okay, it's just a Rochi. Calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It's just... Oh, wait. No, that is a big deal, because then he can just stop this from being destroyed. Okay. I see how this is going to be. 1, 2... that's not an effect monster. That's right. Let me think about that. So if I make Masquerena, right? He still has his Gizmek Ruchi. Ruchi Gucci, right? Why can I not make 1, 2, 3, 4? No, wait, I need a length 3 to do that. I was thinking I could make Mother Flipping Underworld Goddess, but I cannot. I cannot. Let's see. What does this do again? So I destroy stuff. Alright. Go for plan B. Mekk-Knight to the Morning Star. Can't be destroyed by card effects, so I'm not affected by the Orochi, so he's gonna have to make something else to get rid of this. Can't beat me in battle if, or was it? Mekk-Knight battle smash, different calm. Can't be destroyed by battle, can't be taking damage. So not ideal by any means, but we're dealing with less than ideal situation here. Dang floodgates. I feel bad, because I finally got my dang Mekk-Knights on the board. They were going, I was going to get to search 2 Mekk-Knights. If it wasn't for this nonsense, I would have destroyed this guy. Turn 1. No problem whatsoever. But I don't get to do that. So he's got nothing face-up banished, so that doesn't do anything for him. So we're kind of in a stalemate at the moment. I mean, if he just links these off for like Nightmare Unicorn, obviously he can do things. But I can deal with that, because I still have World Legacy's secret. Because, yeah, basically, I don't take damage, I can't be destroyed, so he has to make something. Because otherwise, this just does do nothing. It does nothing for him, so he has to do something about it. Or I'll just chip away at him for 200 damage every turn. That's also an option. I can do that, sir. I can do that, just for the record. I already know that's what that is. I'm gonna put this over here. Let me think about this, yeah. Yeah, just keep poking him. I've got a big old Morning Star, and I'm gonna just like, boop, poke him. Just basically, that's what we're being reduced to here, because my opponent decided to play a floodgate. I have no floodgates. I have none. I have none of these floodgates. And let me tell you, I would really appreciate just like him getting rid of this somehow. I don't care how, just get rid of it. Oh, I'm probably gonna put my field spell, but at this point, that's not gonna do me any good. The field spell is just not actually helpful. In fact, that would hurt me because I got the red one. Girzu. I guess we'll just bait things out. Why not? Let's bait out that negate he had. Maybe, possibly, probably. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Oh, he's not. Okay. Shoot. What are the stats on Blue Sky again? I want this in defense mode. He's got bigger booty. Alright, so now we've got our Blue Sky. He's just going to be negating that effect. Mask change. Ugh. Go World Legacy's Whispers. Which he'll probably negate because, you know, he wants this to go through. Unless he really doesn't care. Or if this is impermanence, which it also could possibly be. My opponent, I can see the future! I can see the future, and the future is pain! I keep making the joke that I can see the future, but what do you call that? What do you call it? Alright, so now Morningstar is Nagat. That's not necessarily good, Billy. That ain't necessarily good. That's even worse. That's a lot worse. Alright. Well, that is an unfortunate situation we got there. I don't know if I can come back from this. Oh. I mean, I guess you can just beat over my stuff, but still. Alright, well, folks, unless I top deck into a Mekk-Knight, which I have not had good luck at tonight, I don't know if I can come back from this, because he's locking down all my things. I need either purple or indigo. I need purple. He's the big one. I need the big guy. He's my one saving thing. Of course, even then, the Girzu can protect it. I thought I was being smart putting that over there, but I was wrong. Alright, well, that is an unfortunate... This isn't even a case of my deck not working. This is a case of, like, I'm a Pendulum player, and this card literally just stops all Pendulum action. You can't Pendulum with this thing around. So, you're just blowing yourself up. Why would you do that? Oh, because you want to put that there. But why do? That seems kind of a waste. I was so looking forward to that being the thing I wanted. Alright, well, I'm going to play this one out, folks, but I'd say I've lost this one. There's nothing I can do against this board because I was not allowed to play the spells. So, an unfortunate thing, the Mekk-Knights finally show up just in time to get hit with Anti-Spell of Fragrance. I don't know, maybe I should have baited this out, but I think I was right to not bait that out. I think I was right in that. Things, man. Things. Alrighty, the Valyant Mekk-Knights. We went 2 out of 3. Honestly, better than I was expecting. Like I said, this deck, it does a lot of things. It is a little convoluted at times. And well, we lost the one duel with the Mekk-Knights in it, which is unfortunate. That had nothing to do with the deck itself. That had to do with the fact that I just don't have a lot of stuff to stop floodgates. That's the one thing. It's the one floodgate that stops my deck. Happened to be the thing we run into. So, at the end of the day, I would say this deck, it's a very complicated deck, but at the same time, not as complicated as you'd think. The complication is just like getting these two to work together, but it all works out in the end. You get your Valyantz going, you make your things, and the Mekk-Knights show up as the superhero-esque sort of things they kind of are, and they do their shtick. So, I hope everybody enjoyed seeing this deck. I enjoyed seeing Valyantz again, even if the Mekk-Knights didn't show up till the 11th hour. And we got to show off a lot of what this deck can do. We summoned a lot of the different things. We got to show off the new Orcust, and that was the big thing. And we didn't overly rely on a Crusadia Aftermax, and that was also a big thing. So, again, hope everybody enjoyed. Your boy Memphis is signing out. Don't forget, hit like button to let me know that you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing if you want to help the channel get bigger. So, next time, I really want to look at Weevil support. There's a lot of decks I want to look at, but that's one of them. So, we'll see how it goes. Until next time, y'all stay safe, y'all stay happy, and y'all have a good one.